So I'm Emily Mogaitis, and I'm a senior here at F&M. And I think what I've taken away the most from this experience is the emotion and the mental strength that it takes to do a piece like this. A lot of the pieces I've done in the past, you're so focused on all of the steps and the moves and the fast pace of it. I think that breaking it all down to such a minimalist movement, you have to really focus on the energy and the emotion behind it in a way that I've never really had to do so detailed before. I think that's probably the high lift. We talk about it a lot in dance, and danced my entire life, and it's always been something we're supposed to do. But I don't think I ever really did it right until we spent so long in that position through the whole piece and working on that. So I think that's probably the one correction that just I see myself in my other dance classes now being more upright. So I guess that's that. Yeah. So I guess first, I've never done an intensive before at F&M, so we always bring in guest artists to teach a recreation of some historical piece, and I have never participated in that before. So that's one first really big difference for me. Learning a piece that was originally created to be done by professionals in a very professional world, and a historical piece that's been a great experience. So that's one major difference. And I think also the structure of the rehearsals, just learning the whole thing at once and then rehearsing the same piece. Most of the pieces I've done have been in progress until the week before the show. We still didn't have all the steps to them a lot of the time, so that's been different as well.
Did you know about Anna Sokolow before?
Yeah, I've taken modern dance here at F&M and also prior to coming to college, so I had heard about her and her work before. But actually I'm doing research, my own independent research on art and its use in conflict and times of conflict. And so I had known about her, but I've learned a lot more about her since being in the piece, and I took out her books and I've used some of the stuff in the research, so I think that's I've learned a lot about her through this process, and I probably wouldn't have used her as an example in my work if I hadn't been in the piece. I wouldn't have made the connection between the relevancy of it without that.
Favorite moment in Unanswered Question?
Yeah, I guess we all probably do. I really like, there's a moment when we've all walked forward, we've all sunk, and then the first time we're on our knees and we rise. I think that's a really special moment, and I think it's a very vulnerable moment, but that's an important quality to the piece, and so that would be my favorite moment. Yeah.
How much of your own experience do you find you can use in this piece? Like not just dance experience, but in life? Like, can you find connections or parallel to?
Yeah, absolutely, and we've talked about this as a group as well. Just again, going back to the emotional aspect of it, you really have to be focused and we like to have some kind of image or thought or discussion in mind while we're doing the piece, so that there's something behind it. So all of the dancers have their own kind of narrative, I guess, that they're running through in their mind as they go through the piece. And so I think each of us have brought something personal to it from that. Mine kind of shifts. Sometimes I'm really thinking about some of the things that I've been reading for school, some of the ideas. Sometimes I'm thinking about more current events that are going on. I do a lot of work in international relations, women's and gender studies, so I think I bring some of my experiences working with women in the field in Uganda and in Lancaster and in New Jersey to that. So, yeah.
And you feel that the work gives you that latitude?
Yeah.
That we want you to do it this way?
Yeah, I think that the work is, because the work is supposed to be generalizable, but at the same time it's very individual, right? We're each supposed to be our own individuals. I think that allows it to bring in your own experiences, but they're common experiences. We're all thinking about very serious and important matters. So, when we sat in a circle one day during rehearsal and we kind of went through what everybody was really focusing on, or if anyone didn't have a focus, if they wanted something to think about. And I think that, you know, the common thread between all of it was that everyone was really looking for some very serious matter that occurred to them, but then some kind of hope going out of that, so some kind of positivity that they had gained from that. So yeah, I think that the piece allows, because of the you know, pull and tug, right, yeah, rising up and falling down again, rising up and falling down again.
And the way it ends.
And the way it ends. It's a very ambiguous ending, I think. Yeah. We haven't talked about the end too much, but I'd be interested to see how everybody feels that the piece ends for them. Kind of changes for me every time I do it. So.
Yeah, and it's supposed to. Like we
Yeah.
are
The unanswered
a little
question.
different
Yeah.
every day, right? So we
Yeah.
have different experience every day.
Yeah.
So you can use whatever you need to get through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Anna would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so any final thoughts on it? I think what's really great about the piece, at least this particular cast with the Unanswered Question, is that we're a very diverse group. And so we all come from very different backgrounds and very different life experiences, very different ages. We have a lot of first years, we have a lot of sophomores, we have, I think, one or two juniors, and we have two seniors. So very different experiences at F&M and just growing, but we've really all been able to work together very well and to dance together very well. So I think that maybe that has something to do with the Sokolow work, and maybe just the way that the intensive have been structured, but I think that that's really been a great thing that's come out of it. Sometimes it's difficult to work with that different group right off the bat, but we really didn't have any problems, so that would be a
Great.
takeaway.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
And we hope you'll remember this experience forever.
Yeah, I will.